I shared recently that I used to experience crippling anxiety and specifically towards my body, always worrying that I wasn't healthy. And someone asked, how did I work through that? So, what I've come to know about myself is that I'm an intellectualizer. At some point early in my childhood, I retreated from my body and I decided to go live up in my head. And up in my head, I just try to think about everything and solve everything. But being up there, someone described, is like being in the attic. There's no body sensations up there. There's no sustenance, there's no eating. When I'm up in the attic, I don't have a connection to the body sensations that are actually going on with me. So when I feel emotions, I just try to solve them like they're a problem. And I treat my life like if I lived it perfectly, I would never have another negative emotion. When you save up your emotional energy for long enough, it becomes all these anxious thoughts that just move around. And because I don't have a connection to the body, I can't tell in my heart or in my gut which sensations are positive and which are negative. I just attribute the overall energy signature as bad and unwanted. So what I had to do is start sending that energy down from the attic. So when I would be experiencing anxiety, I would say, how can I imagine this energy going down into my body? Can I feel in my body what this wants to be? What emotion does this want to be? Now, if it wants to be fear, that's fine. That's an emotion. Anxiety is not quite an emotion, it's more of a nervous system state. There's a lot of fear related to not knowing what I'm actually feeling. I watch people who are more grounded in their bodies, like my boyfriend. He'll check his body sensations and he'll be like, I'm okay. How does he know? He can feel that he's okay. But I can't feel it because I'm up in the attic. So I have no way of knowing. So I'm just guessing whether I'm okay. The other thing about anxiety that I learned from Sarah Bigman, who is a therapist on TikTok, anxiety just grabs on to whatever information is around. She calls this pockets of anxiety. How am I stashing my anxiety into problems that feel like they are workable for me? One of my favorite places to stash my anxiety is in my health. Because guess what? I can't really tell if I'm healthy. So that's a project that I can work on for a long time to distract myself and make myself feel like I'm doing something. Some people stash their anxiety in relationships because it feels like they can exercise a lot of control onto other people. When really, they're just trying to distract themselves from looking at their own issues and they make someone else a project. So now, when I feel intense anxiety, I say, what could I possibly be worried about in my life? What makes sense? Oh, I'm about to move. So if there's a situation that makes sense, like I'm about to move, I can go, I can reasonably guess that my anxiety is about that and not about the fact that I think I'm sick. The other piece that I have come to understand is that I have a weird nervous system as a result of having autism. So not only is my nervous system more overstimulated by things, but it sometimes does the opposite thing that it's supposed to. Like when I take a stimulant, my blood pressure should go up, but it actually goes down. This is called dysautonomia. Some people with dysautonomia have just like tiny pupils all the time for no reason. Some people with dysautonomia have immune systems that are overwhelmed by things easily, even like electromagnetic energy. So having a nervous system that is overreacting all the time will tend to make you anxious chemically. But the underlying issue is not actually the anxiety. The anxiety is secondary to the dysautonomia. And especially with women, practitioners love to diagnose us with anxiety conditions, especially if all of our labs are normal. This is why it's so important to start to get to know yourself, to research for yourself, but also to have that connection with the body, to start determining what do I actually feel? And based on what I'm feeling, can I make a determination whether I'm okay or not? Most of the time, I am okay. And I've developed different ways to get into my body. I love sound. I love listening to like low vibrations. I love a nice didgeridoo song. I love chanting. I love playing drum music. And over time, I learn more and more how to work with my anxiety. Can I turn this energy inside my body into something? Can I turn it into art? Do I need to run around? Do I need to exercise more so I don't have enough energy to be anxious? All of these things are helpful. There is no one modality that was perfect. It was a combination of feeling my body, getting to know myself, and then having people around me who could validate me and walk me through the process, help me advocate for myself. If somebody wants to look at your anxiety and just invalidate it, you don't need to be around that person, because that level of anxiety, something is going on with you. There could be an underlying medical condition, or it just could be that you don't know how to feel your feelings, and so all your energy is getting caught up in the attic. Or you could also have a very stressful life. That is also possible. And I found that I set myself up for a more stressful life because I was used to feeling stress. And that was one way that I sort of got through life, is to always be stressed, because otherwise I just would have been in bed depressed. So I hope those ideas are helpful.